Hello. Good evening. I'm Kinsey Johnson, and this is Unsolved Mysteries Transfer Edition. Transfers, you may ask. What is that? Well, transfers are what allows somebody to be mobile if they don't have enough strength to do it themselves. They may get assistance from another person or possibly even a device. Now, transfers go wrong, and they lead to deadly, disastrous events that follow. So, tonight we'll be looking at 5 true cases. I have to warn you, they are disturbing. But if you could help us solve what went wrong and why it went wrong, join us, won't you? No, this way. Okay.
For our first case, we'll be looking at Susie. Susie is completely dependent and requires the use of a Hoyer lift to get out of bed. Unfortunately for her, her OT, Deborah, who's been doing this for quite some time, doesn't know what she's doing. So when she's lifted in the Hoyer lift, she's Superman style because she's on her front instead of her back. Yes, this may go wrong. Fortunately for Susie, Patricia, another OT, does know what she's doing. Instead of putting her on her stomach, she put her on her back. When hooking her in, she's making sure that the hooks are facing out, away from Susie's body, because she does not want them to accidentally poke her. Now she's bringing her up approximately 2 inches, just high enough for her to clear the surface. Now she's checking to make sure she's comfortable and very carefully moving her away from the mat towards the wheelchair, which is being held by Deborah, another OT. Deborah is locking the brakes of the wheelchair to make sure it is secure. Push slowly back towards her wheelchair, with Deborah making sure she's aligned with the chair. Now she's slowly lowered into a comfortable position. And once she's seated properly, the hooks will be unhooked and the seat will be taken. In this next case, Susie is dependent again. She requires assistance to get out of bed. Unfortunately for her, Deborah is taking an unconventional route to get her out of bed. Let's see how it goes. Now Patricia's going to show us the correct way to do a dependent transfer with Susie. She's going to shift her hips forward so she's closer to the edge of the bed. Her feet are flat on the floor with her legs in a 90-degree angle. She's going to scoot her, holding the gait belt, closer to the locked wheelchair. Once close enough, she will shift the weight forward over the knees, off the butt, and put her in the wheelchair. She'll make sure her feet are flat. In this next case, Deborah will show us how not to do a squat pivot transfer with Susie. Now Patricia will show us how to do a correct squat pivot transfer with Susie. She tells her to scoot forward and to reach back when being transferred over. She takes her by the gait belt, protects the knees, slowly brings her up, and sits her down with Susie reaching back. In the next case, we'll see how Deborah does her tub transfer. Just rips her right out of the tub, throws her in the chair. Now Patricia will show us how to do a tub transfer the correct way. She lets Susie know that she needs to take her knees and bring them over the side of the tub and have her feet flat on the floor. She secures her gait belt, moves her closer to the edge, and performs a bent squat pivot transfer and has Susie reach back for her chair. I'm not exactly sure why, but it appears that in this case, Deborah has put Susie on a raised commode seat in her wheelchair and then is moving the seat over to the commode. Now Patricia will show us a correct toilet transfer. She locks the brakes on the wheelchair, pulls back the armrest, tells Susie to scoot forward, grabs the gait belt, blocks the knees, stands, and steps. And that's a stand-step transfer. She has Susie reach back for the rails.
And we're back. Thank you for staying with us, and thank you for helping solve our unsolved mysteries. I guess it's not unsolved anymore. Don't be part of the problem. Don't drop somebody on the floor. Also, if they're bleeding, help them. Don't be part of our future episodes, please. I don't want to see your name. Yeah, you. I know who's watching. All of you. Good night.